everyone, my name is Becky and this is a hand knit letter, a show and tell of stuff I've made and stuff I want to make. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's talk about knitting. So right off the bat, let's get into stuff I made. So the last time we spoke, I was knitting the Summer Camp Kerchief by Ashley Adams, or also designed by so-and-so is what she calls herself. She is a very sweet and special human. She designed this perfect little kerchief. I love it. I've made a couple of them and I will make more. This one is in Sandnes Garn Tynn in an aqua color. I can't remember. I think it's like a numbered color. So I never remember numbers. So that's why I can't give you the information, but I will put it in the box down below. And I love it. I'm going to wear this with a yellow dress that I'm making soon. And I've got the pattern and the yarn and the fabric washed and ready to go, and the pattern cut out. So all I have to do is make it. That's the easy part, right? Anyway, I love the summer camp kerchief because I always want to wear my knits. In the summertime, it's not always possible because it's hot. It's real hot. And in Arkansas, where I live, it's hot and humid. So it's not fun. It's not fun to wear anything in that temperature, but this is fun to wear because it looks cute. I've said it before, but I feel jaunty. I like that word. I like feeling that way. And I think it's perfect. It's like a little necklace that you can wear and it'll get that neck sweat mopped up and it looks really beautiful. And I love it. I knit this out of a skein that I did not use all of it. I am like having a stroke because my sentences are so jumbled. Okay, I didn't use the whole skein. That's a better way to put it. And I wanted to share the rest of it with one of you. Now I weighed this and I weighed the skein and I have just enough of the two, like equal, like half. But I am a tighter knitter, so that scares me because I want to share it, but I also want you to have enough to get a kerchief out of it. So I went on the Wool & Co website. It costs, this is like $7, $7.50 a skein. It'll probably cost that much for me to ship my maybe enough skein to you. So I'm just going to ship you a brand new one from Wool Warehouse because money is no object here. Only $7 isn't, but that probably costs that much to send you a skein that may not get you there. So I drew a name from the people who mentioned that they wanted to have my leftovers, and the lucky winner of a $7 skein is Catherine Cunningham. So yay, Catherine, we get to be twinsies. So I think you'll really enjoy knitting this pattern. It comes in 2 styles, I think. I know 2 styles, maybe 3 styles. I think that you can change it up too if you wanted to. But this is the one with the center eyelet row, and then the other version has eyelet rows that run across the whole thing. And it's a lot of fun to make, and it's not very difficult. It's a nice knit when you are visiting with people and you don't need to pay close attention. So yeah, I think you're really gonna like it, Catherine, and anyone else who wants to make them and tag me and say, hey, look it, we're twins, go for it. Because I like having lots of twins. I guess they're not really twins when there's more than 2 people, but I don't know. We could be like the John and Kate plus 8 children. That would be fun. So in more stuff I've made, I got a hat off the needles. This is the Chesley Toque by Sachiko Burgin. And I love this pattern. It's one of my most favorite hat patterns. I've knit several, but this is the first one that is my very own. And I knit it out of Fiber MacGyver's Sport and the Surrey. And this is in the color Shaddix. It is the most beautiful color. I love it so much. And it's beautiful. Anyway, I really love this pattern. I think that you will too. It's simple, it's easy to remember. The pattern repeat, I believe it's a 4-row repeat. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun to make. It's engaging but not difficult. It's just a really great pattern. So if you've made the Chesley toque, let me know. And if you haven't made it, make it so we can wear ours together and we can look cute in our toque. All right, so last finished knitting object is my Seagrass tank. Woohoo! This is the Seagrass by Samantha Guerin. I finished this up. I think I didn't really, did I tell you about it before? Yeah, I did. Anyway, it's finished, it's released. It has some beautiful folded bands, like the armband, the neck band, and the hem. I love this. It fits really well. And I made this out of Cascade Cotton Sox in a green color that I will also put down below. And I love it. It feels fantastic. It's a really nice cotton yarn. It's a fingering weight. This called for a fingering weight. This is nice because it did not hurt my hands at all. And cotton usually does get really tiring, like my hands get tired. It didn't with this. It could be, I don't know why it could be, but it didn't. And I like it a lot. I think it's really pretty. I want to make this pattern again in the future, maybe in like a bone color or a off-white of some sort. I think that would look really pretty under tops, but this is really gorgeous. And I chose this color to go with, let me get my book out. Let me get my inspo out. This is my Paintings of Van Gogh book. And I chose this color to go with, I believe it's called View from the Sea at St. Marie's. So this is my inspo picture. And this is my Seagrass tank. And I think that it turned out really well. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. And yeah. Samantha is a really good pattern designer, and her patterns are so clear, and I've never had trouble with them before, and she is a lovely person and a nice lady. And I just had a great time with this, so thank you very much for letting me test knit this, and I think that you guys would also like making this. It's a keeper. Okay, so that is all in Stuff I've Made knitting edition. My daughter-in-law and I got up to a lot of fun shenanigans in the garden. I grew some indigo leaves. Well, I grew indigo plants, and on those plants there are leaves. And in their hole there was a tree. The prettiest tree you ever did see. Now, the indigo plants had leaves, and you strip the leaves off, and there's different ways you can prepare the leaves to make dyes. We used a fresh dye method where you crush the leaves with salt. I'll put some video in here while I talk about this. You crush the leaves with salt, and it develops, it oxygenates and develops a beautiful blue color. Now, when you do the fresh method, you don't really pull like the indigo colors that you're thinking of when you think of indigo. I know what you're thinking when you think of indigo. I read indigo minds. No, it's not that deep, saturated navy blue that usually comes to my mind when I think of indigo. It's more of like aquas and teals, really pretty blues, that color. And I bought a $4 sheet from the thrift store, a really nice cotton white sheet, really nice quality, and we dyed that, and we dyed a whole bunch of tea towels, and that cotton sheet we're gonna use to make Georgia tops by Elizabeth Suzanne, I believe. Also put that pattern down below. So we're gonna use that, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of good memories. But we also, with the tea towels, we experimented with using indigo screen print ink and stamping natural things and different things on there. Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. So this pillowcase that came with the sheet, there was 2 pillowcases, so I did 2, but I took that screen print ink. This is the little insert part of the pillowcase. I took some okra from my garden and cut it in half, to open up the inside, and I use that to make stamps with the screen print ink. And then I put some parchment paper down and ran my iron over it. After it had dried, I put the parchment paper down, ran my iron over it on high for 3 to 5 minutes to set this ink, and now it's color fast and I can wash it. So that's what I did with that. So I really think that's beautiful to have a set of really cute pillowcases. And then we experimented different things on the different, I guess, like objects to use as like stamps. So we use leaves, we use cut oranges or cut like mandarins, okra, mushrooms, all different things to experiment on this one particular tea towel. I'll actually go grab that here in a second. But I wanted to show you this super cute tea towel that Maddie made. So this is indigo dyed for the fresh method. So it's like yellowy and green and teal. But Maddie took the screen print ink, and she used a, she made a like pasture scene with stamps and yarn. So this thing right here that looks like a hay bale is a skein of yarn, and then the hills are made out of one strand of the yarn, and then I had this little sheep stamp, and she used that to put the sheep on there. So this is her little tea towel, and I just think it is like, this is just the cutest thing. I know I don't usually hold my objects up nicely, so I'm gonna try my best right here so you can see the whole thing. So it's just a really cute design there, and she also set the ink with the iron, and I'm gonna go get the tea towel that we experimented different things on. So right here we have got mandarin, oranges, and okra. That's what made this stamp here. And then over here on this side, we did a mushroom. You can see that, a mushroom and a wasp nest. Fun fact about me, this is one of 3 wasp nests I own inside my house. Because why not, right? Why have one when you can have 3? Anyway, so that's cool. And on this side, we printed, let's see here. We printed some indigo leaves and some other leaves we found outside. This is the bottom of a jar, this little ring. So yeah, we had a lot of fun with it. It was a blast. It's what I call a good time. So in stuff I'm making, I just started actually this morning, the beginning of my Rota sleeveless top by Irene. So this is the back panel, the beginning of it. I think I've only got like 8 or 9 rows on here, but so far a lot of fun. I am alternating skeins, which I've never done before, because I can visibly see the color difference in this yarn. And so I know it will not be good if I don't alternate skeins. So I'm doing that, and hopefully everything will look good. And this yarn is absolutely beautiful. This is Newburgh Yarn Co's. This is the DK, and it is in the color the Emerald Killer. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. This is what I affectionately call my potato eater's tank. If you know, you know. Okay, so my next whip is the Party Line Scarf by Kaci Apple, my boo Kaci, and I love this pattern. I made one before when I test knit it for her, and now I'm making another. And this is in Knitting for Olive, Mandarin Orange. Blood orange? Mandarin orange or blood orange? Blood orange. Mandarin orange. I'll look it up. Anyway, I chose this because I love the color, number one. Number two, I've always done this, but I have been choosing my colors based on the paintings of Van Gogh. And this one makes me laugh so hard. This painting is amazing. Check out this kid. This is called the Schoolboy. Check out this kid. Do you see his, wait, do you see his face? Like, you need to get this in. You need to get a full shot of this. I love this little mouth breather so much. And you know, like his mom was probably like, my boy's being painted by not maybe, well, it wasn't famous at the time, but it was like, my boy's being painted by a talented artist. And then she probably gets this picture back. It's like the school photos when you like pay to have your kid's picture taken and they look just crazy. This is the old-timey version. This is the OG version of a really bad school photo. Oh man. I don't generally laugh at children in public. No, I don't laugh at kids normally. But this, I think the statute of limitations on laughing at a kid is up on this one. I just love it. Anyway, so when you see me wearing this, you know that this is what I'm thinking about. Anyway, yeah, so that's my work in progress, and it's bringing me joy. Okay, so on to stuff I want to make. So in stuff I want to make, I recently went to go visit my baby sis, and she lives in Utah, and we went to a yarn store. I was gonna say yarn store or yarn shop, but it was yarn stop. Anyway, we went to a yarn shop there called Seed Stitch, and it was really, really cute. Loved it, and had a great time over there. And the owner was very, very nice. And I picked out a couple yarns there, one for me and one to share and one for Bethany, my sister. Anyway, we had a great time. And so there I had taken a couple pictures of some paintings that I wanted to try to find yarn for. And so I've already got sunflowers done. And so I decided to look for Still Life with Pears, the blue, because I thought that was a really pretty blue. So there's my Still Life with Pears. And this is a local dyer. I hope you can see. And this is a local dyer. I think it looks really good. It's pretty close. At least it is in real life. So this is a local dyer to Utah. And this is the Backcountry Knitter, hand dyed in Salt Lake City, Utah. And this is in the color Celadon. So I'll let you look at the label. And I'm sure if you needed this in your life, you could check out the website or call or text or whatever. And I'll put the Instagram handle of the store down below so that you can check it out. And yeah, so I got that there. And I thought that would be nice for a hat. This is a DK. I probably will make a, what's it called? The Pearl Soho hat that I like a lot. Classic rib beanie, I believe. I probably will make another one out of this. I like to have hats on the go. I'm not a big sock knitter, but I do love knitting a hat. And yeah, I will probably make one out of this. So I also picked up something for you all when I was there. My next episode is going to be my 1 year anniversary of my podcast. Can't believe it's been a year, but it has. Anyway, I decided I would find yarn for one of you so that you could have yarn from the Seed Stitch store. but for my 1 year anniversary. So the next episode, if you comment down below, the next episode I will give that away on my 1 year anniversary, and also something else fun I'll give away as well. So yeah, I forgot to say, oh, Catherine Cunningham, if you would email me, my email is AHandKnitLetter@gmail.com. If you'll email me with your address so I can send that Tin Lena for you to knit a summer camp kerchief, if I can send that to you, if I could get your mailing address, and also if you could give me your Ravelry account so I can gift you the pattern, the summer camp kerchief, if you don't already have that. So anyway, on my I'm sorry, I think I'm having a stroke. I can't think today. Anyway, on my next episode, I'm going to give away this skein that I picked up at Seed Stitch store. This is Farmer's Daughter Fibers. This is the Squish Worsted, and it's 218 yards, and the color is Emile. So I got that there. But I had taken a picture of Road to, you guys are gonna make fun of me, Alpilles? I don't know. Alpilles. And it's French. So this is the color right here. Inspired, this is why I bought this, because of this. So this is the Road to Alpilles. I don't know, but I got that because I thought that looks like that to me, and I hope that looks like that to you. And if you would like to have a skein of this, comment down and below and let me know, and next time I podcast, this could be yours. Wow, exciting. This is perfect for a hat. This is perfect for, this is a worsted. You probably could knit the Chesley toque out of this. I would knit the largest size. This right here, the Chesley toque, is calls for an Aran weight yarn. And this is a sport and a Surrey held together. So I feel like it's more like a worsted right now. This is a worsted, and this is kind of a chunky worsted. I would say this is bordering on an Aran. So I think you could get this out of here. I would knit the larger size. I don't have a really big head. But I think that I think that the larger size would be the ticket. This is the large, and I think it would work out really well for most heads, is Chesley toque in large. I don't think I would go small or medium unless you were knitting it for a very small person or a child. Okay, so yeah, fun. Whee! And more stuff I want to make. I've got a lot of sewing plans. I don't think I'm going to talk about those today because next week or next time I podcast, I hope to have some finished objects and then some stuff I want to make in sewing too. So like more of a sewing heavy episode next week, but don't worry, there will be knitting. There will also be garden shenanigans in there. Let's talk about stuff that's happening. This weekend, I'm gonna go down to Arkansas Yarn Co with Kaci, and we are gonna go there because it's the Arkansas Yarn Crawl, and there's gonna be a little meet and greet, and Kaci's, I'm sure there's lots of people who want to meet Kaci. Some people might want to meet me, maybe. But if you do want to meet me and you live near the area, ask me for a sticker because I had some stickers made. I'm gonna show you. They're little bitty stickers, and they have my little logo on there, and they say AHandKnitLetter. And I love them. And my daughter-in-law designed them for me. She drew them. So I love them very, very much. And if you want one, somebody here, it's the UPS man. Shh. If you want one and you see me there, just say, hey, can I have a sticker? And I'll say, hey, yes, you can. Every episode, I like to mention a couple podcasts that I enjoy watching. And the first one is Emily of the Botanical Knitter. Sorry, Emily. So the first one is Emily of the Botanical Knitter. I love everything Emily makes. She actually just made a seagrass tank too. She was part of the test knit group, and hers was very pretty. I loved it. And yeah, I really like everything that Emily makes, and she's got a pleasant speaking voice, and yeah, I like hanging out with Emily. And then the next one is a new to me podcast, because she's a newer podcaster, and her name is Mariel. And Mariel, I think her channel is just Mariel, pretty sure. And she knits, and I believe she sews. If I made that up, Mariel, then just you need to start sewing, because you're making me look like a fool. Anyway, she's a lot of fun. I really like her, and I think that you guys will like her too. That's why I mentioned her. It was getting dark. Spooky. Okay, so yeah, those are my 2 podcasts for this week, and stuff I've been reading. I finished The Little Drummer Girl by John Le Carré. It was excellent. It was excellent. I loved it. And right now I just started, I'm actually listening to this one. This is an audiobook. I just started A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles, and I'm like maybe an hour in already. From the very beginning, I love it. It's really good, and the narrator does an excellent job on that, and it's exciting. I really do like it. So that's what's going on in the reading world. I had just finished, after the Little Drummer Girl, I read The Killers of the Flower Moon, and that was written very well. It's a sad, it's nonfiction, and it's a sad tale. So if you don't like sad things, don't read it. But anyway, it's written really well. And I didn't see the film. There's a film that they made from the book recently. I hear that the book is better. That's what I always hear, because that's the truth usually, that the book is better. Anyway, a lot of ums here. This is an ummy episode. Okay, so I also like to recommend 3 or a couple, usually 2 free movies that you can get on YouTube that you don't have to pay your monies for. And the 2, actually I got 3, I think this time. Yeah, I got 3. So 3 movies that I think that you would enjoy that are on YouTube is, the first one is The Importance of Being Earnest. And this is a newer version, I think in the 2000s. This version of The Importance of Being Earnest has Reese Witherspoon in it, and some other people that you would recognize that are in it. But it's very, very good. And I'm not a big Reese Witherspoon fan. I know that's terrible to say. It's like almost as bad as saying that you don't like Taylor Swift. It's like you say it and then you like duck. But I think she did a good job in there. I think she did a great job. I don't have anything against her. Like, I'm not like hating on her, but it's not like, oh, Reese Witherspoon's in that, I gotta see it. It's just like, okay, I'll watch it. Anyway, that's a very good film. The other 2, one is called, well, this one you guys, I see stroke. I gotta check. What is it that when you have a stroke and you think and you smell something, and you're like, if you smell this, you're probably having a stroke. Is it like something like onions or eggs? I don't know. Did I make that up too? Maybe. Anyway, so the next movie I'm going to recommend on YouTube is Baby Boom, starring Diane Keaton. I love that movie. It's hilarious. It's really good. And the clothes in it, because it's from the 80s, I'm going to have to like watch it and take some notes, because I'm in my 80s secretary phase. I want to look like an 80s secretary, or I want to look like a widowed pensioner that's going on a cruise to Puerto Vallarta in the 80s. I don't know. Okay, so the last movie is Only You, and it stars Marissa Tomei and Robert Downey Jr. and it's really good. I do say this with a warning, you're gonna wanna cut your hair after you see this film, but don't do it because you're not gonna look like Marissa Tomei. Believe me, I did that after I saw this movie in 1994 and it was bad. Okay, so I think that's it. That's all I showed and all I told, and I've got nothing else because brain's not braining today. Hope you're doing well, and I wish you well. Until next time, adieu. Goodbye.